Dwyane Wade is a superstar. And when he is healthy, there's nothing anybody can do.
Agreed.
There's nothing anybody can do. There's nothing to talk about.
The greatest final that was had by any player was Dwyane Wade against the Mavericks with Shaquille O'Neal, but Dwyane Wade was the star of the show.
He's going into the Hall of Fame. He's got 3 rings. He's an NBA Finals MVP, and he's universally recognized as one of the greatest off guards in the history of basketball.
With the 5th pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Dwyane Wade from Marquette University.
Yo, what is up everyone? In today's video, we are creating my all-time favorite NBA player. Today we are creating Prime Dwyane Wade here on 2K22 Current Gen. Now back in D-Wade's prime, he was one of the best shooting guards in the NBA, second only to the great Kobe Bryant. Now I'd say Dwyane Wade was at his absolute best when he won his first championship in 2006. If you don't know much about D-Wade's first championship, he had one of the best finals performances since Michael Jordan was in the finals, and of course he walked away with the finals MVP trophy. So this build will be modeled after that Dwyane Wade. Now, like always, if you want to see more build videos like these, all I'm gonna ask you to do is drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, then just comment who you think I should make next. Now with all that out of the way, let's head over to the My Player Builder so we can get started. Okay, just a reminder, if you want to see more gameplay of this Prime Dwyane Wade build, there will be some more towards the end of this video, so make sure you stick around for that. But anyways, starting with the build, you can make your first and your last name whatever you want. Then for your position, now Dwyane Wade will go down as one of the best shooting guards to ever play, so we're gonna stay true to that and make this build a shooting guard. Then of course, you can just choose whatever hand you want to use. I'm using the right hand. Then for your jersey number, if you want Wade's number, just pick number 3. Now, let's click continue. All right, now moving on to the pie charts. Now this part was kind of difficult because of how well-rounded D-Wade really was. The guy played defense, he could shoot, he could dribble. There honestly wasn't much that Prime D-Wade couldn't do, but the pie chart that I ended up going with is the playmaking and the finishing pie chart. Now with this pie chart, we should be able to do pretty much everything that Prime D-Wade could do back in the day. And of course, we are getting Hall of Fame playmaking and Hall of Fame finishing badges. I'm gonna show you guys the badges for this build a little bit later in this video, so make sure you stick around. Now moving on to the physical profile, Dwyane Wade is the Flash, so you already know we gotta pick the one with the most speed. Now moving on, here is where we set our potential. So you already know how I like to do things. We're just gonna start off in the finishing category. So for your close shot, you wanna put it on 86. Then you wanna max out your driving layup. And of course, max out your driving dunk. Now this build will get contact dunks. I don't know if I said that in the intro or not, but it will. Now moving on to the shooting category, here you wanna max out your mid-range shot, max out your 3-point shot, then last, just max out your free throw. Okay, moving on to the playmaking category, you wanna max out your pass accuracy. Of course, you gotta max out your ball handling. Then just put your post control on 53. Okay, now last, for the defense and rebounding category, you wanna put your interior defense on 42. Max out your perimeter defense. Max out your lateral quickness. Max out your steal. Max your block. Then just put your defensive rebound on 66. So after that, you will see that we get 16 finishing, 9 shooting, 23 playmaking, and 8 defensive. Now let me know in the comment section right now, by looking at the attributes and the badges, if this build reminds you of Prime Dwyane Wade. In my opinion, this build is a perfect Prime Dwyane Wade. but let me know what you think. Now moving on to the body shape, this part is all up to you. I ended up going with built for my Dwyane Wade build. Okay, now moving on to the height. Now in real life, Dwyane Wade is 6'4", so you already know we gotta stay true to that and make this build 6'4". Now moving on to the weight. Now here, you wanna put your weight on 178. That way we get the max amount of speed on this build. Moving on to the wingspan, here, you just wanna max it out. And we're doing that so we can get those contact dunks I was talking about earlier. Now moving on to the takeover, you can honestly pick any one of these takeovers that you want, but in my opinion, like I usually always say, the slashing takeover just seems to be the best, so I'm going with the slashing takeover for this prime Dwyane Wade build. So after that, you will see that we have built a two-way slashing playmaker. Now before we get into the gameplay and the badges, if you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you. I would also really appreciate it if you could go ahead and hit that like button for me. And while you're at it, if you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Now we can go ahead and get started with these badges. Okay, so before we get started, just keep in mind that these are the badges that I recommend you use with this build. If you don't like the badges that I'm recommending, go ahead and pick whatever badges you want to use. It's all up to you. But anyways, we're just gonna start off in the finishing category. So the first badge that you want to equip is Fearless Finisher, and you want to put that on Hall of Fame. Then you want to put Limitless Takeoff on Hall of Fame. Of course, you want to put Posterizer on Hall of Fame. Then last, let's just put Slithery Finisher on Hall of Fame. So that's gonna be it for the finishing category. Now moving on to the shooting. Now these badges are actually the badges that I ended up using for my Prime D Wade build. So the first badge that you want to equip is Sniper, and you want that on gold. Then you want to put Stop and Pop on gold. And last, you want to put Rhythm Shooter on gold. So those are all of the badges that I used for my Prime D Wade build. Now moving on to the playmaking category. Here, you want to put Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame, Handles for Days on Hall of Fame, Quick First Step on Hall of Fame, Quick Chain on Hall of Fame, Tight Handles on Hall of Fame. Then last, you just want to put Stop and Go on gold. So that's going to be it for the playmaking. Now moving on to the defense and rebounding category. Here, you want to put Clamps on gold, Pickpocket on gold, and last, we're just going to put Interceptor on silver. So that's gonna be it for all of the best badges to use with this Prime Dwyane Wade build. Like always, let me know in the comment section if you plan on making this build. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, this build was a lot of fun to play with. I mean, the build gets contact dunks, the build can dribble, the build can shoot. The build was just overall a fun build to play with. Now, if you guys have any suggestions on other NBA players that I should recreate here on 2K22, go ahead and drop the names down in the comment section. Of course, it doesn't have to be just current NBA players. It can be Hall of Famers, anyone. Drop the names, I'll try to make it. Now, before I go, I just want to remind you all to make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you comment who you think I should make next. Now, with all that being said, thank you all for watching, and as always, I still hope to see you all in my next video.